After you've wowed the young people and completed your delivery, you will then need to access Salesforce again to add your post-session details. So we're going to find the email that we originally sent from Salesforce assigning us to the session with the corresponding details, and then we're going to click on the link again. This, as you all remember, will take you straight through to the page that we were assigned to. And this time, rather than press edit at the top, we're going to click on this button here which says change. It's obviously going to be a blue hyperlink. If we click on that, then we're then given the option here. It's going to change automatically for us from pre-session to post-session layout. We're going to press continue. And then you'll notice that this is a slightly different record in the sense that there are now two options down the bottom, plus obviously a third one here as a third record. I focus on the two here because of the red line here. This basically denotes the fact that it's a required field, so you need to put something in this box in order to save the record. So for this session, we're going to say, I'm going to assume in fact that 25 young people that you delivered to, and that you did a whole day, so that's 300 minutes. This box down the bottom here, so it says Sentence of Partnership Manager, is then an option for you to basically then say to the Partnership Manager whether there was any issues with the delivery, such as whether there were the right resources available for you, whether the teacher was of help or anything like that, or in the sort of bad instance perhaps where you didn't have any teacher at all, so that Partnership Manager can then follow up with the client after the session to resolve those issues. So once you put in that information, we're going to the session attendance and the actual session duration there. We're going to say that this session was fine, and then we're just going to press save. So once we have confirmed all that, the final thing that we need to do is to click on the delivery link here. And this isn't something that we had to do beforehand because the details are all in, but it is something that you need to do once you've finished, and that is to, again, we're going to change one of the record types here from a so in the case before it was pre-session to post-session. We're going to change this from pre-delivery, and then we're going to change it from pre-delivery to post-delivery if you're doing a finance, and if you're doing an enterprise program, then obviously change that accordingly. So we're going to change it now just to a post-delivery finance program because that's what corresponds to the session. We're then going to see obviously that there's a lot of the details that were replicated from before. In terms of the additional fields that we require to fit in here, this is then the number of unique young people that attended. So for example, if you had, for example, you're doing a MoneyWorks program, or maybe it was a Money Twist, obviously in this case, and you're doing it over a number of weeks, and you had different numbers of young people attending each week, then you're going to need to know how many different young people you attended. So in this instance, because we only delivered on one day, and we had 25 young people, we're going to put 25. Now the box below then says the number of young people completed. Now, just as an example, we're going to say that one young person had to leave, was ill at lunchtime, so we're going to put 24 in that box. Again, we move on to gender, and this is a required field as well. And we're going to say, in this instance, this was a mixed group. Please then say any further information about the young people that you may have. They were inquisitive. I'll spell that correctly. Comments on the organisation. This boils down to great teacher support, and then we're going to say Career Cruncher worked well in this school. This information here is really just to add more data to the system, and any people obviously going in to deliver in the future, they can sort of say, oh well, the Career Cruncher worked really well in this environment, and a little bit more about what to expect. So once you've done all that information, that's the post delivery info, you're then just going to press save.